What's up guys, more spoilers came out and I'm super excited because there's new mechanics to be talking about. I'm really happy with these because they're kind of like a little bit more casual but really cool. We see the force mechanic that was revealed with the new ruler who's Grimm's son. I'll have a picture of it in the video so that you guys can kind of see, but the way force works is it'll say force and then a number, so in this case it's force 1. And what you do is you roll a dice, and I'm sure it has to be a 6-sided die. I feel kind of bad that they didn't specify that because I feel like people are gonna try to be like cheesy about it, be like, wait, I didn't know I can't roll like a 20-sided die or whatever. But so it's force and then the number. The number indicates the amount of die you roll, and whatever number you get, you put that many 1/1 counters on the card that has force. So it's kind of like, if you roll a 6, you would get 600. If you roll a 5, you get 500. What's cool about this ruler is it doesn't say like until end of turn, so that's pretty cool. Like, he just stays really pumped up. Of course, there's like Black Moonbeam and stuff to kind of like fight against these cards, but generally I think it's really cool. It's like more of a cheesy, I guess you could say, mechanic, because I don't know how good it's going to be in terms of like if people are actually going to use it or not, because you know, it's kind of like random and you can't really control it. But there might be cards that say like force 2, and that way it's like a higher chance of having a really strong card. Or like the new Puss in Boots, it was like a 1/1 and it says, you know, you force and you put 1/1 counters on it, and so like by the off chance you roll a 6 on turn 1, that's like a 7/7 Puss in Boots, and then like if you have like Reflect as your ruler or something, you can like +2 that too. So it's almost like you only need to roll a 4 because his +2 will do the work, but like if you roll higher, it's even scarier. So it's kind of cool. Like I think it's not gonna see like an insane amount of play, but it's definitely a really cool mechanic. We might even get cards that say like, you know, you can reforce if you like don't get the number you want or something like that. It'll be kind of cool. But that was the main mechanic that we saw that was new. The other one is just kind of a correct wording, but on Magic Suites, which is I think an insane card. Like, this card is really good. It's a one-chant, quick cast of course, so technically instant. And it says target J/Resonator you control, so it's like both. Gains +2/+2 and barrier until end of turn. And then, of course, cards you control with barrier cannot be targeted by spells or abilities your opponent controls. So it's pretty much saying like you gain like the ability to be untargeted now, and so they just reworded that easier by making the term barrier. The only thing that confused me about this is I'm looking at the set number and it says SOL. Those are the starter decks, of course, so the starter deck cards seem to like still have the, like, it says, you know, you gain barrier until end of turn, and then it says cards you control with barrier cannot be targeted by spells or abilities, so it explains what barrier is. Same with the starter deck, the ruler side for, I think it's Mullivan. He says energize is, as the game starts, if you are not the player going first, you can get a will coin with banish this card, produce light. So in my Charlotte video, I mentioned that it, like, they cleaned it up and they didn't show it, but I guess they want to go with like the first set will explain everything, and then everything after that will just have like the symbol skill, and then you don't have to worry about the explanation. So these cards from the starter decks are going to have kind of the explanations of like what these abilities do, but once the actual set comes out, they're not going to explain that energize is, you know, you float a mana, or that barrier is your untargetable. It'll just say barrier and everyone will know what it does. So the changes for this set weren't that different. Barrier especially is just kind of like a name change. Before seems really interesting. I like the way it sounds too. Like, my only problem with the changes so far have been I really don't like the way energize sounds. I just feel like it sounds cheesy. I wish it was like critical or something, where it's like, you know, you kind of like squeeze in like a cheat or anything. Like, that would be kind of really cool. Especially because, like, if you read energize, it specifically says you get a will coin, so we might see actual will coin tokens, but I wish it just wasn't called energize. It's not like so terrible, it's just kind of like a wording thing, so I'm being super picky, but I like the way force sounds, so that's pretty cool. But let me know what you guys think about those new mechanics. So we have force, and then the rewording on barrier, which is essentially hexproof. Definitely subscribe, and I'll definitely catch you guys. I should be putting out a quick video tomorrow because we're getting more spoilers today. I think it's going to be the wind ones, so I kind of want to go over any mechanics that are changing in there, which are really cool. But I hope it's going to be something interesting, and maybe a bunch more quick cast creatures, because I love defeat seeing. So definitely let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.